Located in southeastern Singapore, Geylang Serai was originally a flood-prone, low-lying land that later developed into a bustling plantation settlement in the early 19th century. One of the most notable ones was the Perseverance Estate, which was owned by the Alsagoff family. The estate cultivated lemongrass and citronella, crops that gave the prescient part of its name, Serai. Plantations in the area depended on the closest water source, the Geylang River, which many believed was named after an Orang Laut tribe that sailed from the islands of the Riau archipelago and settled along the river's banks. The plantations in Geylang Serai provided jobs for locals and migrants, including Javanese Muslims returning from Hajj. Over time, some of these Javanese workers settled in Geylang Serai, blending in with the existing Malay and Muslim communities. By the 1920s, the area was bustling as settlements such as Kampung Wak Tanjung began to mushroom around the plantation areas. Kampung life was carefree and rustic, with wide open spaces for children to play games such as 0 point, 5 stones, and marbles. Being a low-lying area, Geylang Serai often flooded when it rained. Imagine catching fish for dinner at your doorstep or rowing a sampan to your friend's house. Amenities gradually improved, and soon there were public standpipes in the kampungs where residents fetched water from and children cooled themselves off on a hot day. The movement of communities from the Malay archipelago to Singapore brought arts and cultural forms such as bangsawan and wayang kulit. Before the Second World War, Geylang Serai residents enjoyed bangsawan or Malay opera, which was a huge attraction across the Malay Peninsula then. Over time, bangsawan gradually gave way to talkies or films with sound, and cinemas started to appear. Geylang Serai was both a home ground and a source of creative inspiration for many Malay musicians and artists, like the Rhythm Boys and the Young Lovers from the 1960s onwards. Most notably, Ahmad Jaafar penned Kisah Geylang Serai, a catchy song that describes the area's bustling atmosphere in the evenings. Decades later, in 1982, singer-songwriter M. Nasir composed Bus Number 13 or Bus Nombor 13, which described the changing landscape in Geylang Serai as the bus drives along. Today, we can still take Bus Number 13 through Geylang Serai. Like the rest of Singapore, Geylang Serai underwent modernization. In the early 1960s, government plans were in the works to build the first high-rise housing blocks. Amenities were also set up to cater to the new residents, such as the Geylang Serai Market and Food Centre. The market, with its fresh and delicious offerings, has since become a beloved communal space for Geylang Serai residents as well as those from other parts of Singapore. It had all your everyday essentials, raw food products, cooked food, clothing and other knickknacks, drawing the community together with its endless variety. The market was then upgraded and expanded in 2006 with more stalls selling food and fresh produce. Besides the market, many would associate Geylang Serai with its annual Ramadan bazaar. A highlight event of the area, the bazaar pulls the Malay community back to Geylang Serai year after year. Started in the 1950s, the Ramadan bazaar offers everything for all. From traditional Malay food, decorative items, to new kabayas and batik clothing, the Malay community could find almost anything that caters to their needs at the bazaar. Sweets, cookies and other festive goodies were made the traditional way, a gastronomical homage to a beloved history of food and culture. It's no wonder the bazaar's attraction remains strong to this day. Although the plantations, kampungs and cinemas are no longer around, and the landscape is now one of high-rise buildings and multi-story complexes, Geylang Serai continues to be a vibrant precinct that holds special significance in the hearts of the local Malay community.